with me as I upgrade my bunny's space. I have 2 Lionhead rabbits called Kimi and Seb, and they live in our garage. Whilst all of their basic needs are met, unlimited hay, pellets, veggies and water, forage enrichment and plenty of space, their room is admittedly dull and I've wanted to spruce it up for a while. They have a hutch and a run which are always open into the rest of the garage, but these definitely need a repaint just through wear and tear to extend the life of the wood. Many of their toys and other enrichment are old and worn too and could do with a refresh. I'm fairly minimal and try to avoid spending unnecessarily or generating too much waste, and so I'll be doing this on a budget without buying very much new. I'm not a purchaser of expensive or luxury pet items, I just want my buns to be happy, healthy and comfortable in their space. And so I began by removing the stairs and then swept out the hutch, before going in and using a white vinegar spray to wipe down, followed by vacuuming through to get up the fur. It really likes to cling to the wood. And here you can see me modelling my best painting clothes. Then I sanded down any rough bits, such as where the bunnies had been gnawing, and after sanding I wiped down and vacuumed again to remove any last hay, fur and dust. And then it's on with the first coat of paint inside the hutch. I chose Country Cream by Cuprinol to brighten it up. I like Cuprinol as it's pet safe. The outer shade of green is also from them and my bunnies have been absolutely fine gnawing away at it over the years. I had some MDF hardboard left over from a home DIY project and I wanted to use it to back the hutch as the garage wall isn't very easy on the eye. So I measured it up, drew the pieces out that I'd need on the MDF cut-offs, and then Tom helped me to cut them to size using the jigsaw. Using some of the same paint, I gave them their first coat and left them to dry. Then came the second coat inside the hutch, and I used Cuprinol Willow to touch up any patches on the outside of the hutch and around the run. Using the same shade, I added a grassy hill effect on the backboards for the run. Not my best artistic work, but just something cute to brighten up the area. I also painted 2 baseboards in the same colour to affix to the front of the hutch to close it off and neaten it up. I nailed the baseboards to the hutch and the backboards to the run. I then had the task of cleaning out the run, getting all of the fur out of the wire mesh and scrubbing the floor to lay some adhesive carpet tiles, which I think did a great job of neatening up the area. The next day I used an old large container I had stored in my garage, gave it a wash and a dry and decided to use it to store my hay. I figured this would lead to less mess when I topped it up during the day, although I made a lot of mess in the process of getting it out of the packets. I created a cosy little resting nook using an old rug that I was going to throw out, moving in one of my houseplants that I know is safe for bunnies. I got them a fresh bed, one of the things I bought new, and I also moved their bowls to finish off this little section. Next I put down this non-slip machine washable rug and decided not to iron it as I'm sure the creases will eventually fall out. And I added a log bridge which also doubles up as a tunnel as a new toy for them to enjoy and focus some of their gnawing on. I put a machine washable mat down under their litter tray, another tip to protect the bottom of the hutch to improve longevity, and installed their hay rack on the back wall. I put their food and wood pellets into these large containers, both for the aesthetic admittedly, and for ease of feeding and refreshing their litter tray. And then I used some glass jars to store their treats and forage. I put their essential bits into one of these smaller containers, including spare safety covers for their omelette door, electric cable covering, handling and grooming gloves, a comb and their nail clippers. And into another one, some of their toys that I hadn't put out, as I avoid putting them all out at once and like to alternate or save some for when they've nibbled through the ones they currently have. I popped all of their cleaning bits into this container and will set that with the other cleaning items like the dustpan and brush. And then I put all of their bits onto the shelf and I was finished. So let me show you the before and after one last time and stick around to see Kimi and Seb playing in their new space at the end.